I'm Tim Kearns with MSO News Sports, and joining me now is Gloucester High School's new AD, who will take over in the fall of this year, is baseball coach Bryan Lafata. Bryan, welcome back to MSO, and congratulations.
Thank you very much, Tim. Much appreciated.
Certainly a lengthy and, I'm going to say, drawn-out process, simply because of the number of people that put in, but in the end, you prevailed.
Yep. It was a long process, a good learning process to go through various rounds of the interview and everything, and put a lot of work, time, and effort in, and I know a lot of other candidates did too, as well as the selection committee. So obviously at the end of the day, I'm glad that I was the final selection and honored to get this opportunity.
You know, certainly you bring a wealth of experience, not only from the coaching ranks, but also from the sports administration and with your work at Legends. Tell us about that experience.
Well, I've been there over 10 years now, and a lot of people just think of the baseball aspect of it, but there's so much more involved as far as working with families, student athletes from younger ages, even like 8, 9 years old, up through the college level, but then dealing with scheduling, whether indoor facilities, outdoor fields, maintaining of fields, scheduling, as I said, so many different factors you got to deal with besides just the actual on-field coaching. So Legends offered a great opportunity for me the last 10 years to really gain knowledge and experience for a position like the athletic director job.
You know, you're certainly going to stepping into the job into the fall, but in the meantime, there's always that transition phase. Have you arranged with Julie to begin that?
Yep, we've met. We've worked together very well the couple years Julie was in the position, and I think it'll be a very smooth transition. I have a very flexible schedule. I'm able to shadow her a lot throughout the next couple of months, at least get half of the spring season under my belt to get familiar with the coaches, who I have good relationships with anyways, but the day-to-day of an athletic director and everything that goes behind the scenes of making sure that all events, practices, games go off without a hitch, hopefully. Obviously, in the spring season, you do deal with this unfortunate weather here and there, so there's a little bit more with cancellations and reschedules and everything you got to juggle, but Julie and I have already been working on it, and I look forward to the next couple months getting a good idea before I'm officially in the office.
You know, certainly the working at Legends and dealing with field availability, field maintenance, transportation, rescheduling, all that being part of your experience at Legends gives you such a head start on somebody who's coming into that position without that kind of background.
Yeah, no, it definitely does, and I think that's what might have helped in the interview process is my experience with that in this immediate area too. Also being a coach, obviously, for Gloucester High School the last 5 years, but in this area for the past 20. So I'm familiar with the community, the types of families that we're dealing with, and student athletes. And so I feel like those couple of factors and pieces of experience that I have really helped me get this position, and like I said, I'm very fortunate to get the opportunity, as there were quite a few other very strong candidates that I know would have done a great job too, but glad obviously it worked out for me.
Did you have a particular vision that you shared with the committee itself?
Just to try and get us to have one culture, get all the sports thinking together. I mean, we have a lot of very talented, experienced coaches. I'm not going to step in and tell anyone how to coach their teams, but I'd like to be a resource of someone that's worked with student athletes for 20 years in the area, how to motivate, how to plan, organize, and help them take things off of their plate so they can show up and mentor and coach. But just to try and set a positive example in the community, and even outside of Gloucester, getting a reputation with the opposition. I feel like we've done a good job of that with our baseball program, of having a good reputation of a team that plays the game the right way, respects the game, the opponents, the officials, and does things the right way. And that's obviously one of the end goals for us as an entire athletic department now.
Going from administrating one sport to administrating the entire breadth of high school athletics, what do you see as your biggest challenge coming up next September?
It's going to be just a quick crash course to really get more familiar with the staff. As I said, there's already a great staff in place, coaches at all various sports, various levels, also many more student athletes. I've dealt with thousands throughout my career that are baseball players, but they were also multi-sport athletes, and I've always been a big fan and proponent of supporter of two or three sport athletes. But it's going to be, as I said, just getting familiar with everybody, their day-to-day, what works best for for them, and trying to work with our coaches to make them comfortable, put them in the best situation to be able to coach and succeed with the student athletes and put them in the same situation too.
And of course, one advantage you're going to have, and he's been at the school for years now, is Flip.
Yep.
To be able to, lean back and ask Flip and ask him questions, ask him where a certain thing is hidden.
Yeah.
He's going to be a great resource for you.
Definitely. Flip, also known as his real name, Pat Barry, the assistant AD, but he does everything. He's got great relationships with the students, with the staff. He's been around for so long that he's going to be a huge resource for me, and that was one of the first people that obviously I reached out to when interested in the position, because I said if I get this, I need a guy like him to help, and not to do work underneath me, because I need someone to do the work for me, but someone to guide me a little bit. And there's several other people in the office. Gail Muse is the administrator for the athletic department, and there's quite a few other people in the staff, faculty, and administration, Principal Cook, the deans of students, both Mr. Cobbs and Mr. Gallinelli I've worked with closely, that you've got to build those relationships inside the academic part and all the faculty. There's quite a few teachers and various faculty and staff I've already built decent relationships with that I want to keep doing, because in the end it is the athletic department, but number one, they're student athletes, and we want to make sure they're getting the job done in the classroom and getting prepared to go out into the community and the real world.
Great.